welcome back to Talking Shh. I'm your host, Nate the Great. We got a lot of cool things coming up today. First of all, I want to welcome to the stream the Comic Lizard and Jaded Geek. Welcome, welcome. And then we'll have more participants coming through as the show commences. We have not met for 2 weeks now, so we've got some cool things that we've got going on. We're going to be talking about, let's see, Willow. Yay, Willow. The Bad Batch. And let's see, there's another one here. Wherever did it go? Well, I am so not prepared.
So it's a normal Monday.
Right. Here we go. All right, it's not taking it.
Late to the party.
Right? We always will be. Let me get rid of the overlay then, which I would do by hiding it. There we go. Oh, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the most electrifying host on Whatnot. The fuzzy one.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen?
Uh-oh, he's armed.
I'm double fisting it because I have a story to tell you.
Whoa.
This is gonna be one. This is gonna be one. I'm gonna keep. I made this thumbnail last time. He didn't give us a fuzzy story. The thumbnail is coming back every week until we get a fuzzy story. In fact, the Comic Cave guys haven't been on a while, and last time I put that thumbnail up, and they all got in on the show just to be like, "Where's Fuzzy's story at?"
I will do a Comic-Con story, but this one was last week when I was sick. I decided to catch up on like movies, and you guys know I love a shitty movie. Like I love a shitty movie. I think I found my match, dude. Like this movie made me hate film for at least 3 hours. I had to put on good movies just to wash the bad taste out of my mouth. And that movie was Jeepers Creepers Reborn. Oh my God, dude.
Was it bad? Because I saw Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2 were not good. Were not bad at all. The first one especially was good.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
Like it's Michael Myers, and then it's the Jeepers Creepers guy. Like,
look, let me tell you about this piece.
You got the eyeball going on? Are you doing that on purpose? Okay.
Oh my God, dude! Let me tell you about this piece of shit, dude. It's about a guy and a girl that are going to a horror con where the Jeepers Creepers, monster supposedly attacked, and there's a cult of fucking followers, and they put them in the Jeepers Creepers house as an escape maze. Someone was pregnant. I don't know if they were trying to get the baby or what, but I mean, the beauty of the first Jeepers Creepers was the simplicity of it, right? It's like it fucking wakes up for 23 days. It fucking if you cut its head off, it's gonna eat your head to fucking grow another one back. Like you can't kill it. Like I was like, beautiful. Like it's a great horror story. They had a close-up of the monster, dude. I'm not joking. I could have done better special effects in it. It looked like a Halloween mask that you put on. And you know how like the mouth is open on the Halloween mask and it's just painted black in there to make it look like it was a close-up of that, dude. That was like a shot in the movie. Someone paid money for that fucking scene, dude.
That's horrible. That's absolutely
so bad it knocked him off the stream. Oh, there we go.
They did close-ups of the monster in the first movies, like,
dude.
You know what I mean? They did close-ups of the monsters in the first movie, and it was fine. Like he looked creepy with his little claw things on his face, and
it started out that way. I got my hopes up, dude. He crawls out, dude. It's fucking it coming off the back of him. It's fucking awesome. right? I'm like, okay, cool. Cut to a close up. I was like, dude, no, what the hell? What the hell? And then the only thing besides that the title sequence was spelled correctly is that there's one scene where Fuzzy went, okay, if they give me more of this, I'll take it. And then the movie ended, and I'm like, God damn it! I was like, that's what I sat through for. And he takes a sledgehammer and he fucking throws it at this guy. It hits him in the back of the head, and it fucking engraves into his head. Like, so he's just sitting there like that, and the Jeepers Creepers peels the scalp back, pulls the brain out, and just starts eating it. And I was like, oh fuck, dude. But other than that, dude, I literally almost was like, I don't want to watch a movie. I was gonna text you guys like, I'm done watching movies because I found my match. This is almost. I thought M. Night Shyamalan made the movie. That's how bad it was, dude. I was so upset. I had to watch American Hustle. I had to watch like all these like really good movies where I was like, okay, this is why I like movies. Okay. But then I watched Willow.
Oh, and then you got the worst taste in your mouth?
Oh my God. No. I started laughing so loud my family came downstairs at the end when that song started and then they pan up and they show the fucking army. I was like, I just started laughing so hard and walking around the house with your money for nothing.
Oh,
and your chicks for free. That shit was so bad.
that's rough, dude. That's rough. And I love that song, and they always modify it now. Oh, wait a minute. What have we here? Another one of our cornucopia of fun time people. The Goblin himself, Mr. MODOK. Make Havoc. Welcome,
Brother.
Mr. Havoc.
This dick over here.
How's it going, Havoc? Long time no.
It's good, good. Just here. Working.
Nice.
Did you make any money? Havoc?
In the first 3 minutes, I was already down $140.
God damn.
Where are you?
I had to chill for a little bit and then go back and play and win some of the money back that I lost.
Well,
Are you in Vegas or something?
No, poker games, house poker games, like money, all cash.
Is that where you're there right now?
Oh, I was there on Saturday, but I already found there's like a bunch of them every single day in different houses, mansions. I found one in Covina in a big old mansion. So I'm going to try that out and see how it is.
We're going to find Sanchez on the fucking side of the road, butt naked.
Like, we're going to have to like low jack your ass so we can find your dead body somewhere.
Hey, I'm gonna play with the big boys now.
You're just gonna see him. He's not gonna play for cash. He's like putting his like Hulk 181 in his
Do you have a Hulk 181, Sanchez?
No, I don't have a Hulk 181. That's one that I didn't get when I was younger. That's one of the ones I'm missing.
You got a 180, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm. You know me, 180 is the one. I have them both, but if you let me vote for which one's the real first appearance, it's the 180. Just because mine's in better condition. It's a better condition and it's double signed, so that's the real first appearance.
But it's just regular sign, right? It's not CGC or anything like that, right?
No, it's CGC'd.
Oh, it is?
It's a CBCS.
Oh, then never mind. You might as well just break that open and have it raw.
Yeah, that's what you say, but I did the investigation.
Yeah, well, your investigation sucks because CGC is better when you sell. You make more money.
Who wants to sell?
No, yeah.
If you want to sell,
yeah.
We make a lot more money with CGC than CBCS.
I'll tell you what though, with the clear bag and boards.
No, that looks nice. I really like
The-
that.
The clear bag and boards with the top loaders, dude. In fact, I found when they come in, I guess my algorithm got influenced by it or whatever. I found another place that sells a similar product and top loaders very cheaply. So when I get it all put together, I'm gonna put another video together and I'll put it out too.
I do enjoy the way the ones that you have and the one that you showed. They look nice. I like those. I mean, I just have regular top loaders. I don't have the one that you have, but
I went through. Let me highlight it. So I went through and I did a bunch of them. This one it's still bagged, but I went through and I might as well just get out my banjo and keep going. The 181.
Second appearance.
There you go. Second appearance. I got this X Factor, and they just look great.
I like that cover. I don't know. I really enjoy like that cover right there.
They look with the. They look great. So, let's see.
That's a nice one too, right there.
Right, and then you can see the whole shebang with these, and then you're not having to spend a bunch of money to go and send it off.
That book is still cheap, like to get. You know, if anybody wants to get a key, you should get that one right there.
Damn right, dude. I'm telling you, Silk's on their way.
Yeah, they should start buying some Silk stuff. I need that one. I had it and I sold it. I need to get it back.
I had it, I sold it, and I got it back. This one though, this one's in the 9s, dude. This one would be money, man.
Yeah, it looks clean.
It's flawless.
I
think it's
just
got one little break on it. Number 2.
Nice. Dude, you should see the shit I just cleaned. Oh, let me grab it.
Oh, here, Liz. This is for Liz. Then I'll come back to it later. There's a couple more I did.
Nice.
So I got the whole kit and caboodle from our comic lizard friend. And these are all, she knows how they are.
Yep.
They're
It's
glorious.
badass.
Look how
What's
pretty
that?
I got. Look how pretty I got these motherfuckers.
Let me get you in here.
That's shit. That's fuzzy pressing and cleaning on that one. Look at that, dude. This is easily fucking no dings, no nothing on it. This one I got the meanest spine roll out of.
Nice.
And then this one, fucking definite CGC contender right here.
Nice.
And then I just finished the one for Ray's, the Avengers, but you guys already sold it, so I had to deliver it.
Very cool. I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but awesome.
they got the first appearance of Vision, right? And your brother calls me and he's like, he goes, hey Nick, look at this book. I'm like, yeah, I'll look at it. And we looked at it and it had 3 staples in there. I said, this is an automatic 10. It's an automatic 10. We know it is already. It's got 3 staples right down the middle. And he was like, can you help me fix it? I was like, yeah, I'll do it. I got it. So Dr. Nick did surgery on the motherfucker, dude. I made it look nice. Can you help me fix it? I was like,
We got some echo going.
Yeah, who's watching?
Havok.
Havok's
No, he's on.
muted.
Yeah, he's muted.
No, it's
Or
not.
maybe
us.
he was.
Too.
Not me. I don't even like looking at myself that much anyways. Oh, fuck. So we were talking about Willow, and like I said,
God.
that counts as fucking 15 sandals and swords of shows of movies and shit in my book, because that even the battle scene, I'm dying. You tell me you didn't laugh that the bad guy had red lightning and the good guy had green lightning, and fucking Obi-Wan, aka Willow, came into her head and was like, use the Force, but did it in some other fucking way, dude. I was like, this is so bad. It was so bad, dude. It was so bad, and they left it wide. The only thing I did dig, okay, and again, this is just me as I'm watching something, I'm like, oh shit, that'd be cool to do in like a different story or whatever. Is the way they ended it, where they closed the book, and then they put it up, and you saw there was like volume 2 and volume 3.
Oh, my heart broke when I saw that.
But see, that's what I mean. But if it was something really good and you saw that, you'd be like, oh fuck yeah, like there's gonna be, oh man, there's only 3 more or 2 more, or like. But I get what they were trying to do, so I was like, okay, I like that little tidbit, but again, it was on something that we didn't care for. So,
it was so brutal and hard to watch, like the last 2 episodes of that damn show, and it just like
that's why I brought this out with me tonight, dude. I'm having a tough time this past week, dude. It's hurting me.
It really seemed like
blow some my way.
It really seemed like it was rushed. And like,
help me forget.
I don't know where the hell the story was going. Like, characters would show up randomly when they weren't there. I mean, just so much was broken about that whole show, and it's hard to imagine that they pumped that Disney pumped millions of dollars.
John, we did. We're going to talk about that today.
Yes.
Stay tuned.
They pumped millions of dollars into Willow, and
they could have given me half that budget. I'd have hooked them up.
And there were no editors that watched the stuff before it got finalized. That said, no editors that said, "What is this shit?" You know what I mean? Like, it didn't occur to anybody, because the difference between the Willow movie and this show is so stark that the only thing that it has in common is Warwick Davis, really. And even then,
it's this.
Yeah, he's a shadow of himself.
Yeah.
Fuck this show. No, you know me, I try to find some kind of redeeming quality, and fuck this show. Yeah. That's all I have to say about it. Like, I get angry.
I can see you're like holding tears back, Liz. Let it go.
Like I don't even, when you just, I can't even talk. Like, I don't even know to begin how bad this show is. I have no. It's absolute garbage. Like, it's utter absolute fucking garbage. Like, across the board.
And that's coming from Willow lovers. Like, we love Willow. Like, we love the movie.
Love Willow. I own Willow in 3 different formats.
I wanted all of the characters. The one character that I didn't want to die is the one that died. What the fuck, dude? Like, and everybody walks off into the sunset like it's no fucking big deal. Like, hey, okay, cool, yeah, we're in the land of whatever the fuck. How are we getting it back? Oh, let's just go over yonder hill and we're all going back home. Even though we had to jump off of a fucking like waterfall cliff to get to where we're going. And, let's just have a conversation over here. And then let's just pan it over here. It's like, like there's somebody like, oh, I like the hand gestures of like Doctor Strange shooting shit off their hands, and oh yeah, look, there's the green and red of Star Wars, and oh yeah, yay, look, there's Willow Skywalker, and like,
and then the staff that thing Willow.
They weren't hijacking these properties.
He was fighting people with swords. He was fighting like axes, right? This wooden thing. And then when the guy's dying, Willow shatters it. He shatters it that quickly and gives him the stone. I said, what happened? When did Willow become the fucking Hulk? Like, what?
Was it like a soul stone or some shit? Like, I don't get it. Like, oh yeah, there's the Infinity Stone right there. So there's the Marvel part of it. They brought in the Star Wars, and it is absolute garbage. There's nothing redeeming.
Sorry, John.
at all.
John says he told him he watched the first 2 episodes last week, and before he was done, you told him to stop watching now.
Don't bother. Just don't
Sorry.
bother.
Sorry.
I love my brother. John, I love you.
John.
Just don't do it. If you've ever taken advice from your older sister in your whole life, don't fucking watch Willow. Don't do it.
Fuzzy has a drink and a doobie. That's how bad that was this week, dude. It was horrible.
No, we drank a whole bottle of wine.
I even watched the 90s show and I still got to do this shit.
With Jack Daniel chasers, and it's still.
Moses told me about the 90s show. He said it was horrible.
I'm so glad I didn't watch none of this. I'm not tormented like you guys. I just stopped on the first episode. I said,
if I had to choose between the two of Willow and 90s show, I'd go with the 90s show. Because at least in the 90s show, there are like 15 good laughs. Like legit, like gut, like, oh shit, that was good. Like, you know what I mean? But again, it's bad and stuff like that. But like Willow was just they couldn't even get me with the music. Like the only reason why like I like the music is because to me it's comedic. Like it's funny. It wasn't like dope that they added, modern music to these fucking things. It's funny. Like you make me laugh in the middle of a scene that I'm supposed to be fucking like, amped up for. I'm like, what the hell are you playing right now, dude?
The Beach Boys and fucking Willow. What the fuck, dude? Like.
Yeah, it's the modern music, the modern language, the obnoxious characters.
I can deal with the modern language,
even though I'm cursing and swearing, but like
I can deal with all that. Like, but they have to choose one or the other. They can't have half the characters speaking Old English and then the other half fucking speaking. Like, I get it, modernize it, whatever, dude. Like, that's fine. I'll go with it, but pick one. Don't jump back and forth, dude. Like, because when the mom was talking to her I was like, that's her. That's what she sounded like. It's what she looked like. You know what I mean? She looked a little older. Yeah. I was like, dude, she's dope. I was like, I'm good. And then her daughter opens her mouth, and you're like, well, are they in the? Do they know that they're? It's like watching the last Thor movie and Christian Bale versus Chris Hemsworth. Like the characters they're playing. Like Chris is playing someone fun and good old jokes and shit like that, and Christian Bale is doing Shakespeare and shit like that, dude. It didn't mesh well and stuff. So that's what it felt like throughout the whole fucking show. The whole thing. No,
I have no fucks to give anymore with this. Like literally.
I found a documentary that's on Netflix, perfect for our community, called The Pez Outlaw. On Netflix.
Pez, like the candy.
The Pez Outlaw, dude. This dude was a hillbilly that figured out a loophole in sales of Pez and made millions of dollars and got in a war with the Pez company. It's awesome. You got to watch it. It's so good. It's literally an hour and a half. It's way better than any of the shows we've been talking about.
I'm the same girl that'll go back and rewatch like the toys that made us and the movies that made us time and over and over again just to refresh myself. So yeah, I'll watch something on the Pez.
Me and Havok went to go see Nando this weekend, and we're driving up there, and I'm in the car, and I had just watched, I think, the first episode of the 90s show, and I leaned over to him, and I was like, it's tough, dude. Like, it's tough. And he's like, I'm not watching that shit. I'll do it. I'm going to push through it, and I did it in one day. I did the whole thing. I was like, oh, gosh.
We haven't gotten there yet. We haven't caught up on a lot of. We didn't get a chance to watch Last of Us yet.
What?
We're catching up on Jack Ryan.
Oh, that's a good show.
Okay, yeah, no, you're forgiven.
Watch anything else? Like
every
time
so
we got to sit down, we have to tell him, "Hey, look, man, we got to watch this Hindi movie, okay, for Radioactive Curry." And he just looks at us like, "Man, fuck you," like. But as soon as we put on Jack Ryan, he's like all in. He's there.
It's so good.
He's a badass. That's why.
See, cat approval for Jack Ryan.
I like Jack Ryan's show. That's pretty good.
We just finished season 2, so we got there's a third season, right?
Third season, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll finish that. We'll watch.
Okay,
that.
so you've gotten okay. So you're getting to the third season. So now you've seen 1 and 2. I swear to you, in this one, he's fucking James Bond. It's just there's no doubt about it. Just from now on, you're gonna be like, Jesus Christ, he got badass all of a sudden, like, but in a good way, like, you know what I mean, like.
Well, on season 2, he started getting better and better. Like it was he's progressing.
But in this one, he has full blown progressed. Like, just like I was even like, damn, he's good. Like, fuck.
Oh, he's always been smart, you know.
No, yeah, but not badass where he's shooting people in one shot, dude. Like, I don't know if they were trying to conserve budget because they didn't want him firing off a bunch of shots, but technically he's supposed to be an analyst, you know what I mean? Like, he knows how to fight and shit like that, but that's the beauty of the story. He's not Jack Reacher, you know what I mean? A fucking wrecking machine that goes through. He's just a guy that can figure shit out and gets put into some shit. That's why it always worked in the, Patriot games and fucking the Hunt for Red October. Like, that's how he always was. He wasn't a guy that can kung fu your ass, dude. And that's how, and again, I'm with it. I love it. I love him. I love Krasinski as fucking Jack Ryan. He's badass, dude. Like, it's just not, that character now. All of a sudden, he's James Bond and shit. So
you kind of see it a little bit in the second season. Josh and I were like, oh, he's a little more Bondish.
If you watch the intro to the show, toward the end of because it's like a montage of different images that have to do with spy work and stuff. But I think what they have at the end is like a shot of him from the shoulders down in his military dress with his rank insignia and all that kind of stuff. But there's some like badge work underneath it, and I think there's one on there that's this like sharpshooter and marksman and stuff like that. So I think the intro at least provides some kind of a basis for what he's doing in the show, which is so distinct from the movies that we've seen.
It's a smart show too. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Is that they don't sit and explain every little fucking nuance. They don't treat the audience as dumbasses. They allow us to understand and comprehend what's going on through dialogue or setting or whatever.
Yeah,
what I mean? You don't have to they don't have to sit there and explain every little bit of nuance to you.
There's no random trips to the immemorial city by jumping off a cliff.
But it's just, you know what I mean? So I like that because now when you watch a lot of movies, they have to they'll say something and then they'll mansplain it or whatever.
Right,
you know what I mean?
They've forgotten.
They don't do that in this movie, and I like that. Or if they're doing it, it's because he's puzzling it out too, and they don't make it like they're explaining it to you. They make it look like, okay, he's made some connections here, and then he's made some, you know what I mean? Right. And I like that. They don't make me feel like dumb. They
do exposition through the scenes, not through dialogue.
Yeah,
exactly. They lay it out. A smart filmmaker, showmaker, everybody should know that when you're giving people things, you got to treat it like as if it's happening in real life. So how do we figure things out in real life? It happens in front of us. You don't have in real life a guy doesn't come up out of nowhere and just explain some fucking story to you, and you're just like, oh, so that's why the car got a flat tire. Like, it doesn't happen that way. We figure it out. We look through things. So you got to show people things. Like, that's why I'll get into certain movies, shows, whatever, where, when they do the flashback, when the guy's trying to picture it, and then you go back, and it's the same exact scene you did see. You just didn't notice that there was this right here. You know what I mean? Or like there was this here. I'm okay with that. Like, I like that because that's why I'm always watching shit. I'm always like, okay, especially if it's like Knives Out or something, I'm watching the fucking background and everyone's moving. I'm like, why is that guy moving his pinky? There's got to be a reason why he's moving his pinky and shit. Like, you overanalyze shit. Like,
well, and you're overanalyzing, especially because it's Ryan Johnson.
Listen, those are cool movies. I don't care what you guys say. I like those.
Yeah,
I love the Knives Out movies. They're very good.
I want to see them.
Yeah. All right.
They're very. If you like Clue, he made Clue for real. You know what I mean? Like that was all it was.
If you like Clue without any sense, then you'll like Knives Out.
Hey, look, it's got Daniel Craig in it. Okay,
Who gives a shit? That guy's the worst James Bond ever.
He is.
Yes, he is.
Not.
Yeah, he
He
is.
is so.
Do you forget
Garbage.
about Timothy Dalton and fucking Roger Moore?
You bite your tongue, you son of a bitch.
Hey, Roger Moore?
I don't like Roger Moore. Roger Moore was too cheesy for me. I think Pierce Brosnan is the perfect Bond.
I like Pierce.
That's my Bond. That's my Bond. 100% is Pierce.
Sean
Because
Connery, man, fuck you.
No,
Brosnan is definitely number one.
Sean Connery automatically wins all arguments. So any arguments moving forward are for second place.
but Sean Connery was like, I love Sean Connery as much as everyone else does about it, like, because he's the original Bond. You know what I mean? He set the standard. I get it, but it's the way Brosnan, like, I don't even know if it's like it's the dialogue in the movies. Like, they knew they were having fun with it. You know, like it started with Sean Connery, like Pussy Galore and like, you know, shit like that. But then when they were in Brosnan territory, everyone had a fucking weird name. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, who the fuck is this?
So the thing with Connery was just like, he was a man's like man, like every woman was like his playground. You know what I mean? And it does not offend me at all.
Because if they weren't, he would slap a bitch.
Sometimes you just gotta slap a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying that, like, I would be happy to get smacked by him. But with like Brosnan, he like looked. Not only did he have that kind of like look, but he was like swarthy. Like, he was like a little, like, I don't know. He seemed a little more dark and mysterious, you know. Like, whereas Sean.
Speaking of dark and mysterious, that is a good segue to our main man, Jason Lego from the COMICCON. I've not seen this guy in a minute. What's going on, Lego?
What's up, everybody? How we doing?
The fucking
our
art
Pierce
world.
Brosnan right there.
That's right. But he's the Thomas Crown Affair Pierce Brosnan, dude. He's got all the art.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
like
a good
that,
one.
dude.
That's awesome.
That's the suave. He's gonna come around with everyone wearing a fuzzy hat, and I'm the one that's gonna get tackled as he walks out with the good art, dude. That's what's gonna happen.
Everybody knows Lego is secretly Frank Castle. We've seen
I saw a picture and I can't deny the resemblance.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
What are you guys talking about tonight? What's good? What's new in the comic world?
Well, what's not good is Willow. That's
fuck that
we just
shit.
got-
We've all unanimously decided that we want our money back. We didn't even pay for it, motherfucker.
So hey! I came up with a game right now when you guys were talking about the other show that I'm not watching. So I had to go somewhere in my mind, and I wanted to think about. Let's say hypothetically we were shitty content creators, right? And we wanted to ruin a classic property from the 80s.
Oh,
and we were given the never-ending story.
Oh.
How could we fuck it up like Willow?
Oh, dude, I could do that. I could ruin the shit out of that. Falcor is what do they call it? Unisex, whatever. Boom, right there. We hit every marker right there. And he's of a different descent. I don't know what, but some sort of descent. Boom, done. We just fucked everything up.
Falcor's got braids, like
and
cultural appropriation.
And Atreyu is not it wasn't Hispanic in it, but he's supposed to be Indian or some shit.
He was a white kid that was supposed to be native.
So I didn't want to say it, but yes, dude, there you go. So we're gonna do that and make it a woman.
No. I got it. The princess calls everybody there, and then she tells them all to fuck off. She doesn't need to have anybody rescue her or her kingdom. She's gonna do a force of will. One episode, one and done, and the whole world is saved.
And she's played by Brie Larson.
And when she does it, when it plays, you're gonna hear Ronda Rousey, fucking Joan Jett. I don't give a damn about my reputation. Just to layer it on thickly, you know what I mean? Just lay it thick that she's badass, you know.
We don't even have to stretch it out over a whole season. She just calls everybody to the council. And she says, "You motherfuckers shouldn't even be here because I'm a woman. Hear me fucking roar and fuck off. I'm gonna save myself."
No,
and then
there's a twist.
Roll credits.
There's a twist. It's not the princess anymore.
Around.
It's not the princess anymore. It's not the princess anymore. The Bastion is there now. He's trapped, and some girl has found the book, and the girl has to read the story to go free Bastion. The only problem is the girl. Every situation she gets into, she's just like kicks ass and takes names. To where the never-ending story is not an adventure of her growing or her character arc becoming better or more powerful. She just like she comes to the twin statues and just like you don't even have to ask the riddle because I know everything, and she just like says you and walks through.
How dare you say her? That's not her pronouns. It's they.
Zer.
And so it's they and that. So don't ever say that again.
And she's wearing a fucking Mickey Mouse T-shirt or something, or an Avengers shirt, like something like that. Like, you know, just to do some sense of cross promotion and this shit like that.
She's wearing the new version of Scooby Doo. The
No.
The Velma
No.
T-shirt.
The film takes place in 1975, but she's wearing an Iron Man shirt with Robert Downey Jr. on it, dude. Boom.
And it starts out. The beginning starts out with instead of her being bullied and running away. There's boys being bullied, and she's saving the boys from the bully automatically. Wow, but you can't hear what's happening. All you hear is no doubt. I'm just a girl in the world. Take this big ribbon off my eye. And she's like saving the boys from the bullies.
And the bullies are fucking girls.
It sounds strong.
So it's girls beating up a boy, and she comes and whoops the girl's asses, dude, just to beat it in the head.
And then one of those bullies, they out of nowhere fall in love. And, you know.
We're not talking
This
about
could
Can't
be
Buy
a
Me
new
Love.
thing that we do every week. Pick a movie and then fuck it up.
Don't pick any of my favorites, dude.
You
So I'll
have to-
cry while I'm telling you
You have to
stories.
keep in
and
mind
shit.
that the beginning of the movie will be it will still be Fred Savage in the bed, but it will.
No, it's not.
That's Princess Bride.
Oh, that's Princess Bride. Oh.
That's next week.
Next week.
It's a fuck up. That's next week's movie. It's a fuck up.
All right, we'll save it.
Dude,
I had a good one.
to this day, like I could call my wife any name, like, and she doesn't get mad. But if I look at her and she tells me to do something, and I look at her with a deadpan face and I say, "As you wish," that's worse than calling her the C word. Like, she'll fucking charge me and try to punch me in the face. I think that's just so funny. I'll do it to her all the time. She'll be like, "You didn't take out the trash, whatever it is." And I just look her dead in the face. "As you wish." And she'll go, "Fuck you! All right, fuck you! I'll do it." I love The Princess Bride.
Next time.
Next time. That's right. Good job, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Talk
funny.
about this TV show we haven't watched yet, The Last of Us.
Dude.
Amazing.
Dude.
Scare me.
Yes.
Oh, man.
No,
Do not watch it with the
It's
lights
not
out.
It's not that scary.
Those clickers made my butthole.
Oh,
pucker.
those clickers
Okay,
were
dude.
dope.
There's this one scene where he's just like, he's got his back to the wall, and they're creeping around, and I was like, it's gonna pop up. It's gonna pop. Why it's not popping up? These fuckers are counting the beats, those assholes, and then they got me. I was like, "Fuck you, dude, shit."
Those are the worst. When you know
Yeah.
the jump scares coming, like they got the tones the right way. They've got the pan, or they'll pan on something that's trying to make you pay attention to something else, and you're like looking, and that's when the jump scare comes from. Oh man, they're
Yeah.
good.
No,
Man, the clickers look exactly like on the video game. It's so
I
good.
never played the game. I never played. Just me and Steve were talking about it, and I was like, he was explaining parts of it that I missed, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't think about that, and I was like, it made it even that much better. I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude, that's great. That's that's good thinking and good writing. And it's believable.
Here's the problem.
You played?
The problem is that what Miles tells me, because I only played like halfway through the first
There's no
one.
problem. I don't know what Miles talking about.
Right now, there is no problem. Did you play Last of Us 2, Steve?
No, that because it's not important. Number one is the best one. That's it. That's the only. I was telling Nick.
So are they just gonna have one season and not go?
That's the only. Dude, they could have the whole video game was so long. They have 3 or 4 seasons on just that one video game. On the first one.
Oh, hopefully
That-
they ended fourth season then, because from what Miles tells me, and he's a pretty avid gamer dude. That the second one goes off the rails hardcore. They kill the Mandalorian within like the first minute of the game, and then Ellie becomes like a lesbian warrior, and it just goes way never ending
but
story.
we're talking about the first one. We're talking when we're not talking about nothing about the second one. We're talking about the one of the greatest video games made ever. I mean, the story itself on the video game, it got you. I mean,
Ooh,
it
havok's
got you
wrong. It
so
says.
got into the game, like invested with these characters. That's how you know the story is so good when you get invested on these characters. That even at I don't really care about people dying or
Iggy, welcome.
I don't care about none of that.
Iggy.
But
What up, dude?
hey Iggy, but at the end of the story, at the end of the video game, like there's when I actually beat the whole game, a little tear came out of my eye because I was like, it was so good, and
It
the
made the
character,
beast cry.
it's just like it made me a little. I felt like warmth, like actually like I feel something, but yeah, it's such a good game, and by these 2 episodes alone, it seems like the person whoever made this actually played the video game.
They're saying you're wrong in the audience, dude.
Well, whoever's saying that I'm wrong is an idiot.
Whoa!
He has been called that.
Well, I'm digging it as a person who's never seen who has never ever seen or played the game before. I'm watching it, just blindly going into it, and I'm loving it, dude. Like I'm getting,
Yeah, I'm having a good time.
I'm getting the Walking Dead original, like when it first came out, like
Yes.
Phil. You know what I mean? Like you're just like, okay, I need to see the next fucking, let's go. I want to see what's happening next because this world is real interesting. So I don't
And
care
there's
which
no
way they
way.
go.
There's no way this season's gonna end like the first game because the first game ends all the way. They actually make it to the West,
Stop spoiling it, dude. Shut up. I'm
and there's a
going in
bunch of
blind,
stuff
dude.
that I'm not gonna.
This
I'm not gonna
this is the
spoil,
drive
but
to Nando's house. Is he trying to
but
tell me everything that happened in the goddamn game? I was like, shut up.
no, I didn't tell you everything that happened in the game at all.
Is this? Did they drop all the episode like one season, or are they doing?
No, it's just like every Sunday.
Yeah, they're doing it every week, so it's kind of it would suit our needs well for sure.
Yeah, it's perfect for the show because it's on Sundays at 6 p.m. West Coast, 9 p.m. Eastern, I think.
It's like I like when they do that, but I don't. Like when we were watching Peripheral, I'd be like, "No, where's another episode?" Oh, like if I get into
That's how I feel right now. Like this show's so good. I just want to binge watch the whole thing.
I just want to I want to remind everybody that in the beginning of She-Hulk, Steve was saying the same thing.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
We got the receipts, bro.
Well, I'll bring the receipts. Bring the receipts. I never
roll
said
back
anything
the tape
like
at the
that.
beginning. It's like, it's pretty good.
No.
Selective
Bullshit.
memory. Selective memory. That's what it is.
Bring it out. Bring it out. So bullshit. I never said that.
Dude, I finally watched Wednesday and I dug the shit out of that one, dude. You guys are
That's
right,
so
dude.
good.
That was fun.
They've got the second. They're starting to cast for the second season already for that one.
For what one?
Wednesday.
Oh.
They got a date for it already.
I'm cool. I'm down.
That's a good show.
Did you see the new?
It was good. I hope that people don't put their fucking hooks into it too much. Just let the people who are doing it do it.
She's in the new Scream movie, and
Yeah.
fucking like now that the show is popular, they showed her a lot in the trailer. I was like, when did she show? Because I saw the first trailer and I was like, I didn't even see her at all in it. And like now they're like every scene was her, and I was cracking up. I was like, oh shit, they're just milking the fuck out of this thing, ain't they?
Oh yeah, they might as well.
Same thing with Chris Hemsworth and Cabin in the Woods. Like they waited till after Thor came out. And then they started showing the previews for Cabin in the Woods, and they were always showing like the scenes with him in it.
Yeah, it's smart marketing, dude. You know what I mean? Like I get it, but like it didn't make me want to see it I was already gonna go see it because if
I
you like
think
Scream,
it's a
you like
screen in
Scream,
there
like
somewhere.
Oh,
I missed one in there somewhere. I don't know which.
Yeah, John. That hospital bed could be anything. It doesn't mean at the end of the show. What are you talking about? It could be at any hospital. I mean, come on, guy. Please.
Thorough don't got nothing on the controversy and collection.
I'm like,
connection.
why would they want to waste the whole one game in one season if there's only 2 games? Like, they want to have more seasons.
Oh,
We found out what Nate's favorite thing to pop up is. Steven's wrong. He's gonna save that one.
Unfortunately, I can't save them. I can't save them across videos. Otherwise, Fuzzy's man thing could be making more appearances.
Don't think I've been trying to ask my wife if I could show it off, but she keeps telling me no. So she says she owns it.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, but it doesn't. Again, they don't have to go. The shows are not exactly the same as the game. It has some differences as the game. It's not the exact show, so there could be changes. Come on, guy. It's like your first time watching the show.
Again, that's why I like sometimes going into shit blindly. Like Cocaine Bear, I stopped. When I saw the trailer for that, I literally didn't look anything up. I was like, I don't want to know the truth. I don't want to know the truth. And then everyone kept telling me, and I was like, okay, fine. I know a little bit that's not all the way true, but I don't care. I want to go into this blindly. Like there was a bear that was eating people. Like, it's gonna sell the movie that much better to me. You know what I mean? Then afterwards, tell me about all the fake shit. But I just, I call it the Blair Witch experiment feel. You know what I mean? When you went and saw the first Blair Witch the first time, we believed that shit was real. And we were like, we just saw 3 people murdered on camera. Like,
not only
God,
that, but
dude.
I wanted to get homegirl a tissue for the boogers. She was just snot rocketing everywhere.
That's Coke
Them Bad
Nose,
Neighbors
dude. That's what we call
podcast
that.
says Steve's the Simon Cowell of the show.
I agree 110%. Unless it's Fast and the Furious. Unless it's Fast and the Furious. That's the only time he's not Simon.
Talking about Cocaine Bear, did you see there's a new kind of like ad promo thing for it with Elizabeth Banks where she's like she's trying it. I think it's an ad for
that's true, Iggy.
For like a champagne or something like that. Because she said that she heard that Tom Hanks drinks this like drink called a Diet Cocaine drink or something like that, and she's like,
adrenochrome.
That's like Diet Coke. It's Diet Coke with champagne, and she mixes it, but it's like a special champagne. And she's like, well, since I directed Cocaine Bear, I gotta try this. She's like, I don't know, but it's for this like a canned champagne or something like that. It was pretty funny.
That's
but when
dope,
I saw
dude.
that, I was like, okay, like yeah.
I'm telling Steve on the way up there, I'm really trying to get a movie theater to rent out, and I'm gonna just fucking be like, let's do this, dude. Like, I don't want no one but homies and shit around me. Let's watch this fucking movie, dude.
Right.
Like as if I made it.
When's it supposed to come out? I'll chip in.
Next month, dude. While I'm trying to find the cheapest one, but the cheapest one I went to has like you ever seen a movie where they don't turn the projector all the way up and it's like real dim and shit? Like half their fucking things are that way. So I'm like, no, I want to see Diet Coke and champagne, dude. I'm telling you, we're trying it.
Yeah, she says it's like half Diet Coke, and then like the rest of you pour the Diet Coke in first, then you pour the champagne. But I'm sure if you type in Elizabeth Banks like Diet Coke cocaine or Diet Coke champagne, whatever, you can see like the commercial for it. Still gonna make it. And I was like, all right, I'll try it. Like, why not?
But I'm not a bad dad for taking my kids to see it, right, dude?
Uh-oh.
Like we're making jokes about it all through the thing. $2.99. Oh, I'm down. I could do that, dude.
You're not a bad dad.
That's like if we get 30 heads at $10, that'd be cheaper than fucking going to pay their prices for it.
Well, that's how much. That's how much the movie went last time.
That means my dad's a bad dad for it, and my dad's not a bad dad. I turned out okay. John turned out okay. It's okay.
All right.
Free to cinema.
Hmm?
The free to cinema?
I'll check that one out, dude. I'm down. We'll do a union. Fucking bring the kids. Let's watch them cook. I'll even try to find some stuffed bears, and we'll pass them out to everybody, and everyone can have a stuffed bear. And when the cocaine bear attacks, you can fucking act like it's eating you or whatever, dude.
Interactive.
I thought you were gonna pass out cocaine.
No,
I thought the bears, it said the bears were gonna have cocaine. I was like, yeah, it's a party.
Hey,
I'll
now
put-
you're a bad dad.
We'll take baking soda and like rub it on its nose and shit, and just pass it out to everyone. And be like, everyone take pictures with us.
That would be the beginning of a great FUZZ'S Comic-Con story.
Oh, is it that time?
You got one, Fuzzy? Come on. We got a lot of viewers. We got a lot of comments. We got a lot of us here. This is the time. This is the time. You got to have a short one at least, can you? All right.
Well, I got like one that starts at a Comic-Con and then it ends in fucking later on down the line, and it's kind of a happy ending and shit. But so yeah, I've loved Kevin Smith for years, okay, and one of my first Comic-Cons when I went was at the time, shit, I don't even remember what year it was, but it was the time where you could walk up and just buy a ticket the day of. Like just boom, got a ticket, walked in. Kevin Smith's there. First time I meet Ming Chen, everyone from the comic book men, they're there. A line wrapped around to go see him. My wife now was my girlfriend at the time. She's like, well, let's just wait. We came here for this. Let's do this. All right. So we go. And then they had a bunch of House of a Thousand Corpses that just come out. And they had all this like beginning memorabilia. So we bought a bunch of that. And we're waiting in line. It probably 2.5 hours go by. I'm waiting. Fucking Ming comes up to me and just right up to me and does the thing that we all know at Comic-Con. Is the end of the line, bro. Just what cuts me off right there. And I'm like, what? Dude, I've been here for 2 hours. He's like, these guys have been here for, he's pointing out all these. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, what? Like, I just need this thing signed. Like, that was it. And it was like the action figure or something like that. So he goes like, oh, man, sorry, dude, maybe later. I was like, fuck. And we were there for one day. And I was like, damn it. So we walked around. He never came back. Whatever. So then couple months later, Ralph was still on the air at K-Rock, and Kevin Smith comes on, and they start doing the predictions of like summer movies and shit, right? So he comes on and he goes, call in now and you can ask Kevin Smith anything. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So I grab the phone, I call in, I get on the air, and it's fucking, you get to win tickets to go see An Evening with Kevin Smith. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So I got on the air and I asked him, I said, it was when the Jaden Smith Karate Kid was coming out. And I was like, what do you think of that? He goes into a spiel, and this is beginning cell phones, and fucking my battery died. And I was like, oh, fuck, dude. So I didn't get to give my name or anything like that. So I'm all pissed, dude. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just write Ralph. So I did. I wrote him an email, and I sent it to him. I said, Ralph, I was like, Kevin Smith is my fucking Adam West. I appreciate it, dude. Like, can you help me out, dude? Blah, blah, blah. He fucking, like a month later, I get a phone call at my office when I was working, and I pick up the phone. They're like, hi, this is K-Rock. Ralph wanted us to give you these passes to go to the Evening with Kevin Smith show. And I was like, oh, shit. So I tell my wife, I said, let's go. We're going to see Kevin Smith. She's like, cool. He got me tickets to sit like with the family, like the whole family, like his family, and like all. So I was like right there. But to ask Kevin Smith a question, you had to get up and wait in line at this microphone, like at Comic-Con. So guess where I spent the whole fucking show? In line. As I got to the microphone, guess what the fuck happened? The show ended. I didn't get a Ming Chen. I got a curtain drop like that, dude. I was like, my wife had to sit next to the whole family. And she said there was a dude there like doing the most annoying laugh, and she does not like being with people. So it was driving her crazy. And all I kept getting was, I'm going to kill you face. Like every time she turned to me, and I'm standing in line going like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Do I come sit next to you? I want to ask this question. So then, another year later, Comic-Con. I think I was with Steve, and we're wandering around, and Kevin Smith is there. I was like, I'm getting a fucking Kevin Smith. I don't care. I'm getting it. I'm making it happen. I walk up to him. I finally get up to Kevin Smith. I kind of tell him this story. He starts busting up laughing, and he reaches underneath the table and he pulls out. It was like those. They aren't the Lego minis, but what's the other one? The
Creo.
yeah, like the Diamond Select ones. You know what I mean? Like those little.
Yeah.
The
And
Kevin Smith one, the one they did, right?
yeah, it was like that.
Him
But
and
it had
Jason
like
Mewes.
it was him, Jason Mewes, and the two guys from Clerks. And he grabs it and he writes, "I love you," and then he just he signs it and shit like that, and he hands it to me and he gives me a big old hug. And then because I pulled out he had got one of his books and I was telling him it's like one of my favorite books to read, and he started laughing and he signed that too for me and stuff like that. So it was a happy ending and shit like that, but it was literally a mission. Like I was like I could. Like I had a tear rolling out my eye, dude. Like I was just like, everyone was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" I was like, "You don't know how long I've been trying to just like say what's up to this
3
guy."
years in the
Okay,
No, what he left out is he got on his knees in the back and did the little
I would have, dude,
shot.
because I lit because he started busting up laughing because I was trying to tell him that everyone, people talk shit a lot about Jersey Girl and stuff like that. But I was like, I told him, I go, when I watched that movie, it very much reminded me of, as weird as it sounds, I know I'm not a little girl and shit like that, but it reminded me of me and my
Are
dad.
you?
My mom died when I was young, and fucking my dad was stuck with me and all the stupid shit that he had to deal with and stuff. And I was like, I related to it. He kind of just started laughing. He's just like, that's, I don't really hear that often. It's usually Clerks, but thanks, dude. Like, kind of like you're a fucking terrible taste in film or something. Like he was even saying it to me. So that's a cute fuzzy story that happened there. But it was fun, dude. Like it was a mission, and no one confused me for someone else, or I got to be me, and it was nice, and I got to meet a hero, and he lived up beyond his expectation. He was that much cooler in person.
He's always been a nice guy. Even if you don't like his new stuff or anything like that, every time you meet him in person, because I went to a bunch of those shows at the beginning. Like, we're talking about it also.
Yeah.
I went to the when he had that castle, whatever it's called, in Hollywood. I would go there a couple shows, and then City Walk. I went a couple shows out there too and watched him. He's always been a nice guy all the time. Like even though he changed a lot afterwards, but.
I'll tell you this though, dude. Comic-Con has literally allowed me to meet my heroes, and they don't disappoint, dude. Like they never. I don't know if it's just because of the atmosphere, because I know if you met them anywhere else, it might be a little bit different. But it's just the idea that they're there. Like when I met Quentin Tarantino, we broke the laws of fucking breaking through walls and like getting in, go get them. And I'm looking down the thing, and there's fucking security. It looked like the scene from A Hard Day's Night where the security's chasing after everybody, and the fucking people are screaming at the other end. And I'm running up to fucking Quentin as fast as I can, and I fucking hand him the book, and he just starts laughing, and he grabs his pen, he goes, and he signs it real quick for me, and then we have to book it outside to go out to the balcony of San Diego to get away from the fucking security guards chasing after us and shit. Like, was the coolest cat ever. Like he didn't go like fuck you, he like literally appreciated me fucking breaking through the fuck, because we ran. It was a small stage, and they have those little curtain things. We broke right through that wall and then went out the back door and chased him down and shit like that. And he had bodyguards all around him and stuff. It was so fucking funny. Yeah, so I love Comic-Con. You'll always hear a good story of Comic-Con from me. Unless I got fucking Captain Sleepyhead over here. Fucking then I'm not having then we're trying to get him some rooms to sleep. Me and Isaac are working on a video for you, Havok.
I think Jason knows about that one based off of that smile.
I got some good ones this weekend.
Isn't there a comic convention coming up for you guys soon?
Yeah, the Cal Comic-Con. It used to be Yorba Linda before. It used to be Yorba Linda. Oh yeah. Fuck, he's an asshole. Chris Pine is an asshole. That's all I gotta say about that. Like, yeah. I mean, I met like Fuzzy. I met a bunch of awesome people. But Chris Pine was a dick.
I
And
never got to meet him.
I didn't do anything. We didn't do anything. Like, we got lucky one year, all of us, and I don't know if it was. I don't know how we got it, but we got the Hilton.
He did.
The bayfront,
That's what he did.
and we had a good room. We were up on like the 21st or 22nd floor or whatever, and I guess the top floors were all for all these movie stars, and also they had another floor for all the interviews. So every time we would go up and down, we would see someone, from the WB or anything else. And that day, some of us won the chance to get the Wonder Woman poster signed by everybody, by the whole cast. And so before we went to that, we were just hanging out, and we're gonna go drop off stuff. And so when we got into the elevator, it stopped on the third floor, and that's where Chris Pine walks in with his security guard and his. It must have been, I mean, my assistant, maybe some lady, and instead of me, I'm trying to get my phone, and I could see on my I could see him like he's like looking at me, but instead of, I wasn't gonna be a jerk. I wasn't just gonna, take the photo. So I got my phone and I asked, like, because we're barely like on the fifth floor going up, and so I asked Chris Pine like, hey, can I just take a quick picture? Like, I'm in the corner, I'm just gonna pick up my hand, just take a picture of all of us right here. And he doesn't even look at me. He's just looking straight to the wall. It says, I'm busy. And I was like, "You busy? You're in the fucking elevator just standing there." And I was like, okay. And then the security guard just gives me like I don't know. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know what to say. So I mean, I could have been a dick and just take it no matter what. But I was like, all right, sure, whatever, dude. I was like, thanks. And the lady said, oh, I'm so sorry. He just has a lot of interviews and he's got to focus. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was like, once he got off the elevator, I was like, fuck this guy.
Maybe it's the way you approach people, dude. Because, dude, I remember
You can only concentrate on one thing at one time.
I'm like, I remember walking the floor with you guys, and then I look to my right, I look over, and fucking Oliver Stone's standing there, and I stopped. I was like, holy shit! And I walk up to him, all, you're Oliver Stone. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, can I get a selfie with you? And he's like, really? I go, yeah, fuck yeah. And I took a picture with him and shit, and I was sending it to everyone I knew in the movie biz. I was like, check out who's that fucking COMICCON, dude. Like, and that was when I was, tripping about that. But every person I've ever met. What's the dude's name from 90210 that was in Sharknado?
Oh, Ian something.
Ian Ziering.
I've met that motherfucker like 20 times, dude. Like, he's always so cool. He's always like, hey, man, how's it going? I'm like, what's up, dude? Like, I would take a picture and shit. Like, every person. Like, I mean, even Lego did the most amazing thing is got fucking the McFarlane, the Todd father himself to fucking hung over to do us a doodle. The only two guys in line that got a doodle was me and my man, dude. That was it, dude. And I just piggybacked off of his shit. He got it, and I was like, well, what about me, dude? Like, what's that? And he just went, he fucking did. We were like, like, that's right, Lego, dude. You got skill, dude. Don't lie. Don't be bashful.
Yeah, tell us your Todd McFarlane story. Is he just gonna mime it the whole time?
I think he has a.
Are you muted?
Connection. No, he has a bad connection. He's frozen.
Latino community internet strikes again.
He's not frozen. He's just fucking with us.
That's pretty good.
That same year.
I love the
Chris. Oh, I'm sorry. Is he talking or what? Did he came through?
bad game.
Oh, he's out. Okay. So yeah, that same year that I had Chris Pine, that I met Chris Pine. I met what's his name? Errol. What's the guy's name?
Steve Amell.
Stephen Bell. I I met him. I met a couple of the people that work there. I met at the time he's still popular. I met Josh Whedon at the bar. Coolest fucking dude. But that whole weekend it was awesome. I even met the Punisher, John Berthal. I met him. He was awesome. I got an autograph by him.
Well, I got one. I got a good one. I think I've told you guys this one, but I don't think I've said it here. So one time I was so fucked up at San Diego. Like, I don't know if I was with you guys or all I remember is we were at the Hard Rock. And I went and sat down and I was getting another drink. And this girl sits down beside me and she's on fucking crutches and shit. And so I do the fuzzy thing. How you doing, young lady? Let me help you get into your seat. And she gets in the seat and she's talking to me. And she's wearing cosplay, like a fucking, and she looked like with the glowing hair and just like we're shooting the shit, having a good time, and buy her a drink. She buys me a drink. We're talking and fucking she gets up and walks away, and all my buddies come up to me and they're like, dude, you know who that was? And I was like, oh, that was some fucking chick. They're like, that was Jennifer Lawrence. And I'm like, what? I'm like, who's Jennifer Lawrence? And then they were like, they were all the girl from the Hunger Games. And I was like, no, it wasn't, dude. And I guess it was like when she got hurt. She was there promoting the Hunger Games, but she got hurt or something like that. And then I walk outside, right? And I turn my head like this, and it's fucking Orlando Jones, dude. And I'm like, it's the 7-Up guy. And he just like he made this face at me like, what the fuck? Like, and I took a picture with him because one of my favorite lines of all time is
make 7-Up yours.
No, when he's in Evolution. And he looks down at the fucking monsters and he's like, great Googa Mooga.
That's a good movie.
That's a great
Did
movie,
we do
dude.
Evolution?
No. I've only seen it the one time, but I remember thinking it was pretty funny.
Yeah, no, I mean it's I know they wanted to make a new Ghostbusters, like that was what they were shooting for, but like it had its own class. Like even fucking Stifler in that movie, dude, he's fucking hilarious, dude. And he's walking around with the shotgun in the mall. And he gets on the microphone, caw,
Yeah.
caw.
Uh-oh. Big Tech is silencing me.
Hey Lego, if you could hear me, what are you working on? What art piece are you doing right now? If you could show it, if it doesn't stop.
He's like, mind your business.
It's top secret.
Oh, custom shoes.
Oh,
Okay.
sweet. That's awesome.
Nice.
At least we were able. That's
Uh-oh,
nice, dude.
Don't stress out, dude. It looks good.
Yeah, I like the fact that he can't talk because we get to ad lib over what his expressions are.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's play.
It froze on you when you were looking sad. I was very sad.
Hey, you.
Smoke this
I hear you kung fu's no good. You killed Brother Tong at the temple. I
I'm
challenge
coming
you.
to get your challenge.
Is that Jason? Is that just a project or so? It's a commission.
He can't talk, dude.
No, I'm saying raise one finger for commission, raise two fingers for project.
We're not talking to the paranormal, dude.
Sanchez is doing some Chris Farley shit. Remember when you did Jaws? Was that fun? Oh, good times. All right, well that was a true fuzzy story. I've heard some Stash Dad Stuffy Nose Steve. I've heard some juicier Comic-Con stories from Steve or from Fuzzy.
Yeah, well,
But that's a great intro. That's a great
string
beginning.
them
We have to
along.
ramp
We'll
it
string
up.
them along.
To the
We'll
good
string them
stuff.
along. Yeah. I mean, there's good stuff there, but you know, I'm thinking about writing an autobiography, Fuzzy and the Cons, or something like that, dude. Like you know, it was funny with all this drama that's been going on with whatnot and shit, with the fights and fucking everything. I was like, dude, we can make a documentary out of this shit, dude. It's weird. After seeing the Pez Outlaw, I was like, we could do this shit in real time, dude. Like, holy crap! Like
It
they
can
had.
happen. Like the Hatchet show, we can put that shit on Netflix.
Mhm.
Bam, bam, bam. You guys watch that?
Oh yeah, I like.
Kai the
I
Hatchet
watched the
guy?
video that Fuzzy sent in our thread, but
Ugh.
I
Did you
didn't
watch it?
I did. Well, I mean, I watched an hour and a half of it. I didn't finish it because after a while, those guys just like drone on and like their voice starts talking, and I start falling asleep.
I was laughing at the fact that like they kept talking about the contracts and like, you know, everything, and because everyone's contract now is up, so it's like everyone that was working for contract at whatnot can now come out and say, you know, what the fuck, what was what, and you know, stuff like that, and you could start to see the fuckery that was going on behind the scenes. You know,
So
wasn't
are
just
all the
happening to
contracts
us.
done? What's going on?
No, I mean Tom still has his.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Tom's got
The
his.
big guys still have one. Theirs.
Yeah. They
Only
got
the small dudes, they're out.
yeah. They're
So
but
the net is closing in. So they started off wide. So once upon a time, a year ago, Fuzzy and the Comic Kit guys and all that could go on there and be fruitful and have their own content and not and have the value of what they were doing and how they were acting be the judge of what they were pulling in the books and whatnot. And then it started getting throttled. And the original batch of people who it was throttling towards were fucking cucks and they were okay with it as it was happening as long as they were okay. And now the net is closing in even further and they got kicked out of the club. Now they're starting to come out and talk shit because they're not in the club anymore. Am I correct with how that's going?
Yes.
well, I mean, like what it was too for me, like after even hearing this last one, it brings me back to the last year's Comic-Con when me and Isaac got the emails. Like we got emails from whatnot saying, you know, we want to talk to you about. Then we were excited. We were like, hell yeah, dude! Like we're gonna be able to finally go on the stage, you know, Comic Cave and all that stuff. And me and Isaac walk up to the booth, and I'm not joking. That this face right here, dude, is not the most handsome fucking face. I get that, dude. You know what I mean? There's a face for radio. I get
Testify.
it. But like, I have never gotten a look that I got that day from a human being. Like the guy looked us up and down, like as if we were the ugliest thing he's ever seen in his life. Just, you guys want a free book, or not? You know, you want a discount on a book? Like I was like, that's what you emailed me about? You wanted me to come buy a discounted book? You could have done that in the fucking email. Like, you know, and anytime we'd hit them up with questions, they never got back to us and stuff. It's, you know, I was bitching about the same thing they were bitching about. So you know, it just feels good that I'm not the only one that it was happening to and shit like that. I mean, Isaac is way handsomer than I am, but I don't know if I made him more ugly with standing next to him. So, because that's what happens when Havok's next to me. I'm better looking. It happened, dude. Proof this weekend. I'm in the car driving, and I'm telling Steve, I go, Steve, you got to get a Rob Zombie shirt. You wear a
Oh my
Rob Zombie
God.
shirt, and you see this face, they fucking love it, right? Because they compare the two, and they're like, they look alike, like they're handsome devils. We walk into the pizza restaurant, okay? We walk in, and I look at the dude, do my normal thing. How you doing, young lady? She's like, I like this guy. And look, he's even got a Rob Zombie shirt. And I just turned to Steve
That lady
and
was
smiled,
80
dude.
years
I was
old.
like,
Okay, that lady
it
was a
doesn't matter.
grandma.
It
All right,
doesn't matter, dude.
she
It
had no
doesn't
teeth.
matter.
All
It
right,
doesn't matter.
that lady had no teeth and was barely a
He's a
bartender in the
sore
back.
loser.
All
He
right,
just doesn't like when I prove
come
him
on.
Tell him
wrong. That's
Lars
all
Marge
it
sent you.
is.
I was like, come on,
Hey,
come on.
I
She
take
was
him
like,
where I get
thank
him.
you, Sonny, and she was like just chopping her fucking gums, ready to go.
No, she wasn't chopping her gum. She was licking her lips. She was like,
Yeah.
I want some fuzz on my drink. That's what she said, dude. I was like,
Yeah.
look.
Okay.
I said, look, I got to back the fuck up, dude. Married,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You got to be nice.
Getting
I said,
those
this guy's
gills,
single, you know what I mean? But, you know.
Fuzzy and the gills. That's about it.
Ooh, that's a good show name. Fuzzy and the Gills.
Oh my god. All right.
I'd watch that.
The 1 minute and 15 mark, we went off the rails.
We get bad after that. They's already frozen. See, that's not gonna happen after that story.
I blew his mind with the Gills.
But
Yeah.
I just saw James Lewis asking about if we're going both days to Cal. James, I'm going on Sunday, the main day.
If I can get a table on Saturday, I'm going Saturday. But if I'm not going to go just to go.
Yeah, I'm not going on Saturday. I'm just gonna go for the main event. There's gonna be a lot of old school artists and writers, so I'm gonna try to take advantage of that, gain some signatures, and hopefully get some commissions.
I'm just going to hang out.
I think Isaac's gonna go there on Sunday too. Isaac and James on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm thinking about making a cameo over there. It's pretty close. That 90s show, James. I have a buddy who's a good harbinger of these shows that I bounce it whether or not I want to watch it off of. And he said the 90s show was more like the 2023 show that they tried to set in the 90s, meaning that they were bringing modern political agendas into the 90s that weren't happening in the 90s and having that be part of the show. Hence, no, I'm not watching it.
I watched it. I sat through the whole thing, and like I said, it's not. If I had to choose between Willow and 90s show, I'd watch the 90s show, but it doesn't. That's not saying much. But I was like,
You got the same problems, right? It's like it's got the same disease, but one of them's sicker.
No, this one. Okay.
Did they do the same thing we did with Neverending Story?
No, they didn't. The only thing they did that way that I thought when I was laughing and I was like, these guys are going to lose their mind when they see it, was that the neighbor, right? So Donna's old house, Eric's daughter, okay, you ready for her name? Is Leia Tatooine Foreman. That got me. I started busting up laughing when it happened because he yelled at her. He's like, Leia Tatooine Foreman, get your butt over here, kind of thing. And
that's funny.
That made me laugh. But she goes outside and she's walking and she happens to walk by Donna's old house's bedroom, which I don't remember it being on the first floor, but whatever. We're gonna skip that part. And she looks through the window to see the girl singing Four Non-Blondes. I'm like, okay, they had to get you could have gone down the 90s like greatest hits, from the 90s, and that's like up there on the top. So they were just like, okay, let's fucking, have her sing this song. And then they become best friends right away. Right, so they're best friends. So she is when you look at the family dynamic in that house, because the mother slept with two different people, they're two different colors, two different races. So the brother is a white dude and she's like a Hispanic, or she's tan, and fucking yeah. So it doesn't make sense, but whatever, dude. You just roll with it. But the acting, like even from Donna and like everyone, it almost feels forced. It doesn't it felt like they felt uncomfortable playing those characters again, where you were like there was a couple
scenes like
where
Mark Hamill playing Luke Skywalker in the sequels, where they were like, this isn't what he would do.
It was more like watching someone trying to portray, like, as if you hired me to play Eric Foreman. So I try to act like Eric Foreman. You know what I mean? Like, it would be me trying to copy the mannerisms, even though it's their mannerisms and like who they are. It felt like they were trying to play themselves, like they went and watched old episodes of themselves. It was like, okay, I got to do this and I got to do that, kind of thing. And like, and then everyone looked old, like not good old either, like old. And there was like the one part that got me good was like there's fucking one of the kids is gay, right? And yeah, he wants to come out for, I don't know why, they kind of tell you why, but that he wants to come out to Kitty that he's gay, and that'll help him come out to his parents later. and so somehow she tells Kitty that she's gonna be she's looking, instead of she's about to tell her that the kid's gay, she says, oh, no, I'm thinking about having sex, Grandma. That's what it is. And so you see her talking on the phone to Donna, and then like the next scene is Donna running through the fucking house with like a bag, and it's got like a diaphragm of fucking, condoms and shit. And she's like, where's she at, dude? I got to give her this shit. And then she tells her the truth, and she's like, oh God, thank God, dude. Like, and supposedly like her dad, Eric, is her hero. So, they were going to go to space camp together, but she's going to spend the summer with the Foreman family. So that's the plot of the whole show.
How do
And
they
it ends.
explain Hyde not being there?
They don't.
Oh.
They just don't address it. You know what I mean? Like even Kelso, if you want to see all the guest returns, just watch the first episode. Because Tommy Chong shows up in 2 episodes. Fez has the most parts in it, probably about 3 episodes. And that's it. Like everything else is just like the new kids. And then like in the 70s show, I loved how they made fun of things from the 70s. You know what I mean? Like it was always like they kind of worked in the joke of how things ended up, and they're like, Star Wars being the greatest movie of all time. We're going to see, and they would go and sneak and see it. And everything he said was about Star Wars. This one felt like they went down the list of like what happened in the 90s. Okay, the internet was born. Okay, they don't even touch that shit. They're like, internet was born. Let's put a joke in there about that. Like, and it's just one episode about that joke, and that's it. And then they never go back to it. So it wasn't.
It was a whole season. You watched the whole thing.
Yeah, I watched the whole thing. I pushed through it like a champion. I told you, I'm the guy that watches it, so you don't have to.
So we shouldn't. That's good.
No.
I'm glad you said so.
Yeah, it's not it's not horrible in the sense like if they made another season, I'm gonna watch it because I'm a completist. I have to fucking finish it. So if they make another season, I'm gonna watch it. If they make another season,
lies. You never watched Balu Bali Part 2
because I will not sit
because
through
you're not a completionist.
No, I am because I don't care to complete it. That's why I don't care to
You're not a
complete it.
completionist.
That one was.
That's why he's not watching it, because they go la 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 la.
Yeah, no. It's because you guys told me it goes all the way back, and I got to watch a longer flashback, and I don't want to watch that shit, dude. I'm done.
Your whole argument is invalidated because you watched all of Widow, nitwit.
True.
But I did that to earn points. Okay, that's what I told you guys. Check the tape. I said it like 20 times. I say, give me the
points with Bahubali too, and not Willow. You'd be happier.
I'm not doubting that. I'm not doubting that. But I figured it was like in smaller doses with Willow. I was like, okay, I could do 30 minutes, dude. I could do of this garbage and shit, But
Willow's rough. Like if I would have watched Willow and so my cell phone would have broke or something, and I couldn't just like ADD out of it to the side somehow. Oh, that would have been brutal. Like if you ever want, here's our woke version of Clockwork Orange Part 2. They sit the guy down, they prop his eyes open, and they show him Willow. Fuck.
Oh man, dude, I can't.
I was being punished. I thought I was being grounded.
I won't watch National Treasure, and I really want to watch it. Like every time it pops up on my little feed, and it's like National, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna put myself through that no more. I'm not.
So even Iggy thinks that Willow was bad. Iggy's usually like the defender of all things that are fluffy and rainbow.
No,
but he even didn't even like rainbow.
I try to find something redeeming in just about anything that I watch. Like I try to justify. Oh well, maybe no. You should give Velma a chance.
No, I'm not giving them one thing, dude. When that came on my feed, I went, "What the fuck is this, dude?" And then
how are you gonna fuck up Scooby Doo? How are you gonna do that to Scooby Doo?
Where's Scooby?
Well, first of all, they made Scooby into a black woman, so there's that.
I was like, dude, where's Scooby? He's not even in the fucking show. The whole plot is about how it was before Scooby. I'm like, I don't want to watch that. I want to watch. It's why the show's called Scooby Doo. It's not called Mystery Inc. It's not called Velma. It's called Scooby Doo. That's what we want to see.
Well, plus it's put together by Mindy Kaling. It might as well be Ryan fucking Johnson. I'm not watching it.
So Ryan Johnson is your M. Night Shyamalan. I got you, dude. I got you.
It's beyond M. Night Shyamalan, dude. What he did to Star Wars is unforgivable. It's
that
not
round head cantaloupe.
Yep, 100% agree.
It's not. It's not even. There is no act he could. We were talking earlier about how if you're like on death row and then you perform like some heroic deed, then you get off of death row. There is no act Ryan Johnson could perform that would redeem him from that. That fucker is hanging. He's hanging.
Bring out the rope.
You guys are just mad because he taught us all about what happens to animals and gambling and rich people. Okay, I learned a lot from that film. So if I had a class, I would teach that.
That's the least problematic part of that film.
That was the worst part of it.
It made me hate Asian people after that. Just like watching that show right there.
Rose Tico. Is that what happened? Because me and you were cool before, Steve, and ever since Ryan Johnson, man.
Blame Ryan Johnson.
That's what happened.
And, hey, you know what? Fucking Shyamalan,
in case
dude.
if anybody takes it seriously, no, I'm kidding, guys. All right, I'm kidding. Asian people, right?
I like seriously. Even they keep showing the trailer for that new M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I really like the whoever makes his trailers, I want him to edit my movies. Like he makes them look good. I'm like, fuck, that looks good. Like I really want to see it. And then they goes, I'm like, God damn it, dude. I just I got to walk away because I'm like So please, one of you guys go see it. Tell me what the fuck it is, dude, because I need to know if it. I have a gut feeling, like it's in my gut. Fuzzy's predicting it now. It ties into the Unbreakable. Like I have it right. It's like right here. It keeps like this. The voice keeps nagging at me, going like, "Watch, this is gonna be like a backdoor sequel again. Like he's gonna, oh, look at my universe." And then then I'll be like, "Oh God, I don't have to burn down a movie theater. Thank God. Just help me out. Help me out."
Yeah,
He
but
does.
every time you move, I see your Santa in the background. It looks like you've like Blair Witch the Santa. Like he's just in the corner with his back towards us.
He is. I've been trying to figure out where to put the motherfucker, dude, because he keeps staring at me.
Looks like he's in trouble. He's been put in the corner and like
Santa touched Mrs. Claus in the wrong way. So I'm trying to figure out how to put a sledgehammer into his hand ever since I seen Violent Night. I'm telling you, every Santa in my house is gonna have a sledgehammer in his hand.
Sledgehammer, you got to put him in that sleigh from Santa's sleigh. or put him with the stripper pole in his hand.
Well, I had to break the news about the Elf on the Shelf to my son this year. So he's all with it, he understands. So I told him, I was like, but now Dad gets to have fun with Elf on the Shelf. So you'll be seeing a lot of fuzzy fucking Elf on the Shelf dirty pictures being posted next year for Christmas and shit, dude. Like it's free will now. We can do whatever we want,
Did you see Violent Night is out on DVD now?
I bought it.
It's got like a
He bought it.
I know.
I bought it.
It's in our Amazon cart for payday. Because
if they put out a special edition, buying it. I'm telling you, that was
this one. Yeah, there is a special edition. It's got like all of the behind the scenes and all the bloopers and stuff for it.
Dude, they're gonna put out a steel box version in 3 months. Buying it. They're gonna put out a fucking extra disc that had a music video. I'll buy it. I got it, dude. Like, look, when the toys come out,
get the Criterion box set.
Got to get it. That movie. We literally were on our feet cheering that whole movie. We were like, yes, oh God. Like it's legit. That was legit one of the best movies I've seen. And I saw Avatar.
Everybody in the house here wants to see Avatar, and I'm like, no, I'm not.
It's good.
It wasn't bad.
It's good. Yeah, it's
I'll see it, but I'm not spending money to see it. I'm waiting for that shit to come free on Disney Plus.
It's
And then I'll
the
watch it.
least woke movie I've seen in a
Yeah.
long time, which I was shocked at. Like I was like very shocked at that.
You
That was the
throwing
one
out
I
all
was
these
prepared
beautiful
for.
Indian movies we're watching.
Oh, dude, the one we just watched was fun. Dude, Havoc, you would have loved it. It was like the Fast and Furious feel, you know, like just razor thin plot line, but it's popcorn movie. Everyone's getting their ass kicked
It
kind of
was like
movie.
Van Damme meets
Awesome.
Assault on Precinct 13 meets Fast and the Furious
Oh yeah, dude, it was awesome, dude. It was tons of fun.
with a Gatling gun scene.
Yep. And a dude does coke like this, dog. He comes walking down and he fucking takes it like as if it's his last 8 ball and pours it in his hand and just shoves it in his face like this and then does kung fu. And I was like, why don't they do that in American movies? What the fuck, dude? I would believe the guy is superhuman at that point. I would be like, he's tough, dude. He's fucking coked out of his gourd, dude. He don't feel
Now,
nothing.
this is a guy who could fight a tiger.
Yeah, exactly. If an RRR he rubbed that shit on his face, I'd have been like, yeah, he can control animals, dude. You can do all kinds of crazy shit. Have you ever seen Cocaine Bear, dude? Like fucking that Cocaine Bear was eating everybody. Again, we're gonna plug the shit out of that movie. If we don't get free stuff for Cocaine Bear, I'm gonna be very upset, dude, because I'm the biggest fan and I haven't even seen the movie yet.
Well, I was.
Dude, if you're gonna get the theater for sure, I'll do a
We'll
bring some
talk about
tripods
it.
and we'll do like a reaction to it as it's happening.
I'm
You'll have to,
gonna.
like, FaceTime Josh and I. Somebody's gonna have to put like a little phone on their shoulder so we can like watch it with you guys there.
Oh,
Well,
if I could-
we'll just bring an iPad and have you guys right there watching it.
yeah,
live.
turn it like in the live shows. We'll
Yeah.
just turn you guys like that in one of the seats and shit. Like we're like, and then I'm telling you, if I can find cheap enough bears, everyone's getting a bear with a little baking soda on its nose and shit. We're all posed with motherfucker like that, dude. Like I want to pump the shit out of this movie, dude, because it was like this reminds me of fun. You know what I mean? Like the name sells it, the fucking the plot sells it. You're just like, okay, no one's gonna walk out of that movie going like, I don't believe this. Like what? It's cool. Come on.
It's based on a true story.
I was already
inspired by true events. See, you
I
gotta
was
learn
already
to-
when I found out that Elizabeth Banks directed it, and I was like, oh, that's it. I'm definitely in. Like on top of that, I love her. I love everything.
I forgive her for Charlie's Angels. You know what I mean? Everyone does. We all forgot about that movie. You know what I mean? The only reason why I remembered that she did it is because I looked up her filmography and I was like, she made Charlie's Angels?
Yeah.
And I went and looked at the trailer and I went, oh, yeah, I remember that, dude. I was
She's
like, yeah.
Bosley, isn't she?
Yeah. And they got the Barbie Playhouse with guns and shit like that. It's like, this is terrible.
I love her as Rita Repulsa in the Power Rangers movie. Sorry.
Yes.
I love her as Rita Repulsa. She did such a good job.
Yes. But see, that's why I love her, dude. Like Elizabeth, she's like very much she is a filmmaker. Like I've always said, dude, if you get the right actor to do something, like to direct, they know how to do it. Like, you know what I mean? They've been the person in front of the camera. They could talk to that person and get them to do it and shit. Like they were saying Ben Affleck's doing right now Air. It's called Air. It's the story of Nike and Michael Jordan's relationship. And I was like, I was like, kind of like, I don't want to see that. But then they were like, Ben Affleck's directing. I was like, oh, well, fuck, dude. Maybe it'll be good. Like, because he makes good movies. Like, he's made one bad movie out of his whole fucking career. So I'm like, he's still winning.
He was a bomb in Phantoms, yo.
Yeah, he was. Love that movie.
And when I was telling you I had to wash the bad taste of that shitty movie Jeepers Creepers, fucking the movies so what I did is I was like, all right, I watched American Hustle, right? And I'm like, okay, beautiful movie, well done, whatever. And at the end of the movies on HBO, it'll go, if you like this movie, you'll like this movie. All I did was just click next, right? So the next movie was Gone Baby Gone, one of my all-time favorite movies, right? Ben Affleck directed it. Fucking, what does it show next? The Town. I said, well, shit, got to watch The Town, dude. They got to get into the bank robbery mood. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, these are great movies. This is why I love cinema. And then it pops up the next movie. It says A Man Apart with Vin Diesel. And I said, oh, I think I like this movie. And I clicked it and I said, pew, just mellowed out, dude. If you want to laugh, dude, like I cannot believe I was telling Steve this, dude. I go, dude, he's Dominic Toretto in the Fast and the Furious, right? The street tough, fucking, like and we believe it. We believe it. We're going like, you know what, dude, he is. He's a street tough guy. But as soon as he gets gangster with it, like if you watch this movie, there's a scene because he's supposed to be like an ex-gang member that's now working for the DEA and shit, and he's outside talking with homie from Menace to Society and this other dude, and he's trying to act like gangster and talk that way. You're like, he sounds like my dad, dude. Like my dad trying to be like, "What's up, homie? What are you doing? Yeah, Holmes, I'll show you how to do it, bro." Like, what the fuck, dude's wrong with this guy, dude? Yeah, it's bad.
It has to be the right kind of gangster.
Right. Oh fuck.
There's a believability.
Yeah.
Like if Josh would play the right type of gangster, he could do it. He could go
American History X.
right, or he could be in he could be one of the henchmen from like Peaky Blinders or some shit.
Fucking American. No, dude, I don't know, dude. Like everyone would always try to pitch me as a bad guy in the movie, and I'd always laugh. I'm like, why, dude? Like they're like, dude, because fucking you just look like a bad guy. I was like, what? That's fucked up, dude. Like I look like. No wonder people give me dirty looks when I walk places and shit, dude. Like that guy's a villain right there. That
Josh
fucker.
totally is. Totally. He's a real asshole.
No, he's not, dude. He loves Captain America. How the
He's
fuck
a
he be
perfect
an asshole,
asshole.
dude? People who don't like Captain America are assholes, like Havok and shit.
Fuck Captain America.
And there's our Simon Cowell.
All right. All right. Did
No,
anybody catch Bad Batch?
Yes, it's
I
good.
didn't
It's
watch
been
it
good
yet.
so far. Yeah, it's been a good series so far. I mean, it had a filler the last one. It wasn't that bad, but it was good.
I just got this today on clearance at Target.
Let's see. Is that who I think it is? Oh God.
It was on clearance, so $3.
I wonder
And-
why.
The absolute worst.
Tell me how shitty that figure is, dude. Look at that shit.
How about
dude.
her hips?
I know.
Holy
And-
shit.
And you look,
guys,
look,
I love
you can
those
take her arms off, dude.
I love those.
You bought those?
I do look like the bad guy from Roger Rabbit, huh? He does look like that. He look like Christopher Lloyd from fucking Roger Rabbit.
Judge Doom. Judge Doom. That's what you should be for Halloween.
I love it, dude. That's
Yes.
it, dude. You go as Roger Rabbit, and he fucking goes as that, dude. Boom. And have a bag of dip.
There you go. I'll be a weasel. I'll be
Oh,
one-
that's dope.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to be
Hey.
the one with the beanie on the the little spinny beanie.
Oh,
with
why
the
don't you
striped
be
shirt.
Indiana Jones and he's the other guy that melts with the glasses.
Judge Doom?
No, Judge Doom is good. I like that one.
Yeah, wow. All the comments are capping on Josh. Oh, buddy.
Everybody
Hey, you
gets
can be
it.
Danny Elfman.
I don't
Oh,
see what the
Comic
problem-
Cave's on the comments.
Boingo boingo, baby.
Oh, there you go.
There's no problem with Judge Doom. Judge Doom was terrifying. He murdered tunes.
That's true. That's true.
He was a cold-blooded killer.
Hey, at least
Tricky Trapster.
Sorry.
what is it? The baby in the intro.
Josh doesn't have any reference to that, so.
Yeah, I don't watch dog shit TV. Oh wait, I do.
That's my job.
And Lord
That's
of
true.
No, Rings
the
of
Rings
Power.
of Power.
Ugh.
That's the only dog shit I won't watch is Rings of Power. Other than that, I'll watch
I
it.
thought we
for
agreed we were going to call it Board of the Rings.
Willow made Rings of Power
Look like an epic fucking
Oscar
masterpiece,
material.
right? Oh my God.
Dude, what a difference.
I'm not looking forward to the second season because they showed us 2 books.
Really though, really, like think about what we did with the Never-Ending Story a few minutes ago, right? If we would have tried to make up Willow at that and being sarcastic, like we would have not made it as bad as they did by trying to construct something
That's
sarcastically
true.
horrible.
Well, the thing is that what we've got with Willow is the combination of a terrible worldview where they want to make everything fucking gay, and at the same time, you have radical incompetence. So not only is it bad, like in the sense that none of us connect with it, but it's also done poorly. So it's just like the worst of all possibilities.
And where did the worm? I forgot to say this when we were talking about the worm. When she kept saying the worm is in there, and the worm, I was like, "What's the worm? What worm? Where? When did a worm show up? I don't remember a worm ever coming out."
So yeah, when they go through, she goes to that portal, like that doorway thing, and it's like you look down and there's like this endless, like it almost looks like the worm from something like Dune, or
yeah, it's like a segment.
It's like they took like an element of Doom, and then they took like an element of like Star Wars, and then an element of like Doctor Strange, and then an element of, you know, and then they're just like, squish them all together like Play-Doh, and then turn it into like these bright and colorful things into like a ball of black gruck. It's like,
it was done by Jonathan Kasdan. Jonathan Kasdan, imagine it.
I know. That's sad.
Yeah, and where is he without his family name?
Oh,
Lawrence Kasdan. He's the director of Empire Strikes
Return of the Jedi.
Hey man, I'll tell you this, dude. We know what inspired him is fucking Young Guns too. So
fuck those guys. Like, fuck that show, man. God dang it. Like, I imagine Nate's going to take clips at the end of the year and be like, this is what Liz thought of. And there's going to be like 5 minutes of me just saying, fuck this show. Fuck it. Fuck. Like,
it would be good. Well, you know, like, I want to say like 95% of your fuck quota has been used on Willow. So
I just want, if I ever see Warwick Davis, I'm just going to ask him, why? Like, why, when they gave you this script, did you say that this was good? Like, you could have gone out on a high note saying, like, I played like 3 characters in the Harry Potter series. Like,
you see, they left the cliffhanger on it. They left the cliffhanger on it for Willow Returns again. It's just like if season 2 of Willow comes, I don't know what the hell.
I'm gonna watch it.
Oh,
I'm gonna watch it so that I can meet the rest of the quota to say the F word for the next year. like, my cup runneth over. I'm so sad and disappointed. Like, I don't even really know any of these other actors except for Warwick Davis, and I'm like, you know what? He's a cool guy. I met him once at a convention. He's a cool guy.
Was he nice?
He's really nice. He's super sweet. He's a funny guy. It's just that I just want to ask him, were you really that hard up? Like, that,
dude, that's the
when
same.
They gave you that.
I met Mini Me.
That's the same question you could ask Mark Hamill for freaking Last Jedi, man. Like, what the hell were you thinking?
Yeah,
it's brutal. I met Mini Me. I forget what his name is. Sadly, I shouldn't even refer to him as a character he played. But
like Vince Troyer or something like that.
Oh yeah, Vern.
Yeah.
Vern Troyer. I met him at WonderCon. Like, it was like weeks before he passed away. And it wasn't like, when I say meet him, I'm using it loosely. Like, I saw him and stopped and said, "Oh, look, it's Mini Me." I then commenced my day. But I did meet Hervé Chazé, Tattoo. When I was a kid at the road, because we used to live in Pasadena, and he was on he needed help to get onto a float for the Rose Parade. He was going to be on one of the floats and I was saying hi to him, and I think I was maybe 6 years old at the oldest, and I was like, oh yay, look at mom, it's Tattoo from Fantasy Island. I'm not Tattoo, you little asshole. I'm like, oh wow, I was crying like, he called me a little asshole. Keep these kids away from me. Like, whoa, like and he still talked like that. Oh,
Well,
I remember I got to meet Billy Barty too. I got to like have dinner with him, and he was a really nice guy too. Like he was super cool, super funny.
I gotta meet Bridget the midget, so
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you,
I got
she's
y'all.
famous.
I got y'all beat. I'm
My
telling you, I
friends
know.
here know Bridget the midget.
I've smelt it. You know what I'm saying, dude? Like I've done it all, dude. I've done it all. That's one of them. Like when I die, you know, they'll say those things that flash. That's one of them. That's right there. I'll never forget that, dude. It was one of the greatest nights of ever.
Oof.
That's a different fuzzy like segment of our show.
That's a different. Yeah, that's
Fuzzy's horrible strip show stories.
I can tell you those for days, man, dude. Like
We'll
fucking,
put Bridget the midget instead of Chappelle.
I did. I even used. I was a driver for the ones that come to your house for like about 4 months, and I can tell you stories about that where you're just like, what? But yeah, it's some crazy shit that goes on in people's houses.
Yeah.
After Hours.
That's
There
why I
you
always
go.
love that movie. There you go. After Hours. Remember that movie Very Bad Things with Christian Slater that came out years ago,
Yes.
and fucking everyone was like, "That's so full of shit," and I just remember laughing to myself. I'm like, I believe it if it was a true story, dude. Like I'm not even joking. Like the craziest shit happens when you're like, really? They wanted what? And it's like, yeah, get out of there. I'm like, I guess, dude, let's go. Fucking drive out of there and shit.
That's messed up.
Someone started a Sega.
Hey, insta.
Oh man, dude,
Yeah, right.
I've been sitting and watching so much stuff lately, like trying to figure out what to write next because I'm almost done with the book, and I'm like everything I've been watching like about true crime. I fucking fell down the rabbit hole about the Hollywood shooting, the bank robbery,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh, the one
and
with the guys had the armor?
yeah, and I was like, and then like started watching Heat and fucking, you know, like I'm like, okay, maybe I can do something like that because I'm still like in the back of my mind, dude. The narco bank robbery puts that one to shame. Like it's insane, and then no one they made one bad movie about it, and it's a terrible movie, you know what I mean? But like the story, like the reason why police officers like got guns, assault weapons. They always think it's the Hollywood one. It was that one. Like there's a training video based on just that bank robbery that they show police officers to this day about what happened, and it was done by two stoners. Like that if that doesn't say FUZZ'S should write that movie, I don't know who else should. You
The
know what I
backup
mean? Like,
dancers from Go Go Gone.
dude, I'm like, because they literally like went and committed anarchy in fucking Norco. Like they were shooting grenades at fucking people, dude, and blowing up shit. And fucking like you could literally make a Michael Bay action movie out of this fucking thing. Dude. Like it's insane. And I'm like, and so in the back of my head, but then I keep going like, the next thing I write, I want to try to get it made. So I'm trying to make it really small, like big idea, small, you know, fucking budget. So if I had to go do it, I can call up people and be like, look, let's go shoot some of these scenes and try to get it done and shit.
You should do a script on Marvin Heemeyer, the guy that built the Killdozer.
Dude, I want to do that. Are you kidding me? That's one of my favorite documentaries that came out last year, dude. I've watched that like 6 times, dude. Like that's one of the craziest stories.
He is a hero. He is a total hero.
That he's a legit Dirty Harry, or not the fucking Death Wish. Like that's a legit like Death Wish fucking story where I was like, this shit really happened? Like no way. Like that's the shit that gets me when I watch these true crimes. Like I'm looking for the weirdest like thing, and then the other thing that has been YouTube and shit has been like going like this with me too, is stories about fucking Yosemite National Park, dude.
Blowing up. Super
No,
volcano?
dude, just about the creepy shit that happens in there.
So much
Oh, the
weird
people
crap.
disappearing out there?
Dude, I got like 50 ideas where I was like, oh, I could do this or I could do that and shit. But again, I'm like, could I do that? Like, I've done movies that take place in the wilderness, and let me tell you, dude, Fuzzy almost lost fingers from getting frostbite and shit like that. Like, cause you're out late at night, you know what I mean? Like trying to, we don't got warmers. We're doing a guerrilla style in the fucking woods, trying to shoot this guy tumbling down a hill and shit. Then you got to help the guy back up and shoot it again. And yeah, it's not a lot of fun. So I'm like, I'm trying to figure out how to make it doable where I could even get you guys to be like, come down for a day, fucking stand back there and pretend you're drinking a drink or whatever the fuck it is, dude. You know what I mean? Like that way, because it even if I do any kind of thing like that, if you look at anything I've ever done in the background, there's always people you'll know. You'll be like, oh shit, I know that guy, or fucking I know so and so. Like fucking, because I'm always
You just go
yeah.
an extra.
Come be in it, dude. Like I'm sorry, we'll figure out how to go out there and do it. You guys probably got some fucking crazy ass places I can shoot
We
out
got
there.
for sure.
We
Bigfoot
got
shit out
woods
here. We
all
got
over.
woods all over the place out here. We have our
Steve?
own Bigfoot. We've got our own little like Jersey Devil kind of thing. We
That's
got all kinds of creepy shit. I've got a book that's called Weird Minnesota or Weird Tennessee. It's got all kinds of fucked up shit in it. Like,
Well, it's just the
I'll
inbreeding that
tell you
happens
what,
out there in
dude.
those areas.
It's just, and we
It's
got
like
hillbillies.
when
on
you
top
when you
of
mix
it.
up the words in sister,
the hill,
it spells
like
resist.
the idea I was having about it was kind of like the hills have eyes kind of thing, like but in Yosemite and shit, like fucking, but they're more like Bigfootish and stuff because everyone keeps talking about these like werewolf creatures and shit out there, and I'm like, fuck, dude, that's creepy. Like,
Skinwalkers are all over the place out in not Yellowstone, in Yosemite.
and
Skinwalkers
then
are out there, but it's built over. I mean, Yosemite is essentially a volcano.
No. You're thinking of
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone's a volcano, but
Well,
Yosemite
they were doing them.
Super volcano.
I don't. Yeah. See, I don't want to do anything that has to do with anything like that. Like, nah. I don't want to. I don't want to tempt
We
fate.
were walking around Yosemite and we heard some shit out there one day.
Did you see the documentary about about the people on the fucking volcano that erupted? That was on Netflix, and you can see the footage from when it happens and shit like that. Like they play it in like real time and shit. And it wasn't even the lava; it was the steam. It fucking melted them and shit, dude. Like, oh my god! And then
Like it's Raiders of the Lost Ark style.
You don't see it, right? You see the
Oh.
aftermath. You see the aftermath of what everyone looked like, right? But the beauty of that story is like that people that weren't, because the cops and the fire department and everyone, like the first responders couldn't get out there for like an hour and a half, so they had to take planes. Like people that were like me and you that have pilot license were flying out there, landing, and fucking getting people into the plane and flying them to the fucking airport or to the hospital and shit. Like it's one of the greatest story. I was like, I literally, Fuzzy, fuck, I love people sometimes, and shit like that, and fucking like it was like that Rocky moment. You feel good and shit. Like it was so good. Like it's a good documentary.
We're gonna land the plane, Adrian.
That's right, dude. They were good. We're gonna get him, dude. Like one guy's telling the story about how like it was his first time flying a helicopter by himself, and it landed. And when it erupted, he saw his fucking helicopter go flying. And right when it erupted, he was the only one that really didn't get like hurt because he dove into the water and fucking stayed underwater until he just couldn't do it no more. And he finally came up and fucking he was like, it's all black and you couldn't see anything. And you can see footage of that where it's like you can't see nothing. And then people that were on a boat are shooting it as it's fucking happening, and you can see it. It's insane, dude. It's such a good documentary, dude. But like that's a good story to tell like that. But I'm like, well, I can't beat that. That's fucking, that's well done. Like you can't beat that documentary. It's like watching the Joe Exotic documentary and then going to watch the NBC show they did. You're like, this isn't even compared to the fucking, the real life people are way better than the fucking actors could never be and shit.
Oh, you can't cast those people.
Yeah, no, it didn't even compare, dude. Like there's certain ones where like that's why I was shocked that I liked Elvis so much, because fucking like I was like, you can't, anytime someone plays like a famous person like that, in my mind, you're just imitating them. You're not being them. You're not, trying to invoke them. But when you watch this, I was like, I forgot. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this guy's doing really good. Like, he deserves all the praise that he's getting for, playing Elvis and stuff. Like, he did an amazing job. So, it's hard to do that.
For sure. All right, so we've got Curry rolling. Are you guys ready to go back into late to the party? I want to let that sit for a little bit.
I think we're good to go.
What's our new late to the party?
We got any ideas?
Should watch Evolution.
Yeah, I'm down. Let's do
I'm
it.
down. Let's do it. Yeah, I love Evolution. I could watch that 2 more times.
Head and Shoulders.
Great Googa Mooga. It kills me every fucking time, dude.
It was good. It was a good movie. And I thought the CGI was ahead of its time too.
Mm-hmm. And it's a fun movie. Like it's silly, you know what I mean? And fucking like the premise is just, you're like, okay, this is what it's gonna be about, and fucking David Duchovny's, chasing aliens in a fun way instead of the X-Files way and shit like that. So I love that.
Do it. All right.
Oh, okay, John. What's your list? What do you think we should watch?
John's list is always like murder porn.
Yeah.
That's John's list.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Hey,
don't
I
know.
can take some of that.
I trust him.
He had us watching. He had us. What was it? It started with The Clockwork Orange, and then it rolled, which isn't a bad movie, right? But then it rolled into, what was it? Fuck. We keep come out of those like all traumatized and shit.
You gotta take a shower afterwards. I don't like those ones where I feel dirty.
Just a horrible rape shower. Yeah.
John, does your wife know that you watch these?
Yeah, like
movies?
Human Centipede and Wolf Creek and.
Human Centipede, I had to watch it just because of the premise. Like, before everyone started talking about it, I read the synopsis, and I was like, "Shut the fuck up! This isn't a movie, dude." And I watched it, and I was like, "Oh, it's a movie. Oh, they made a movie out of it. They did it, dude." Like, I went into it looking like Satan Claus, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I got to watching
I'm just like, let's do it.
South Park episode.
I don't like Audition. I've seen Audition. I'm not a fan. I know everyone loves that movie, but I'm not. I never, like, I was just like, I get it, dude. It's the same thing with, what's that one where you turn the light off and it gets you in the dark? It's something like that. Like, everyone was going nuts
No, we're
about
not
it.
watching scary movies. Fuck you guys.
What about good, funny?
Oh yeah,
movies?
dude. He had to
Like,
watch Train
Like,
Spotting.
I'll watch stuff like People Under the Stairs.
Train Spotting's good. Train Spotting's good. I like Train
They're
Spotting.
good. They're good movies, but you just come out of there feeling all like the Manson Family Christmas Special. It's brutal. Acid Rain.
Lights Out. That's what it's called. Fuck that movie, dude. That was garbage. No, I'm gonna find that movie. I'm telling you, that Australian movie where it's perfect for late to the party. Where it's almost like the Bollywood one we watched about the zombies. Where it's just, but it's from Australia. It's so bad, it's amazing. Like, you're just like, I need, like, the hero is fucking. He looks like he's a fisherman from fucking the fish sticks fucking thing. That's what he looks like. Like, he's walking around the yellow slicker, like kicking zombies' asses with spurs on his shoes, and fucking at one point, for no reason, dog, no reason, he does a backflip and he puts the spurs into the top of the doorway and hangs upside down and just starts fucking with Desert Eagles, shooting fucking zombies in the head.
He didn't pull out his boots.
If that doesn't sell you, I don't know what isn't. That's
Like,
the
if
most
it's
American.
funny, I'll watch it. Like Shaun of the Dead, People Under the Stairs, House, those types of movies.
We never saw House yet. That's a good
I
one.
can do that, but like
That's a good one.
House 2.
House 2 was good too, which I didn't
Invasion
feel
of
like
the
it
Body
felt like it
Snatchers remake. That's my
fit
favorite.
with House
fucking
1
one.
very one. Ghoulies.
Yeah, Ghoulies I can watch.
Critters.
Chud, Critters.
Yeah, Critters is the
Chud.
best, dude.
Like, that stuff I can watch. Yeah, that's not a problem.
There's
But,
one
like,
called Alligator I used to watch back in the days, but it's about alligators in the sewers. So it's Jaws in fucking New York and shit.
I
like
remember
fucking,
that.
shit
And
was
then they killed the alligator at the end, and then it ends with a little kid flushing a little baby alligator down the toilet
yeah.
to respawn the alligator. I remember that shit.
Like,
And I was
I'll
little,
never-
and I was
I'll
scared to
watch
go to the
Snakes
bathroom.
Plaited and Anaconda, all that
Orca.
stuff.
Orca, dude. That's
Oh,
the fucking that's the murder porn of all of them, dude. Like that one's awesome.
That like disturbed when they bring the mom up and the baby falls out and that screamy sound. That's still like that's fucking
My
up to
favorite
this
thing,
day.
the director wanted to do this to Spielberg in that movie when he had the shark and the fucking orca just rams right through it and it explodes. I was like, oh, he just said fuck you to Spielberg right there. I was like, that's awesome, dude. In the Mouth of Madness is
In
a
the
good one
Mouth
too,
of
dude. You're
Madness
right.
That's with
That's
Sam
a fucked
Neill,
up
right?
movie.
Sam
Yeah.
Neill. Yeah.
That's a fucked up movie.
That
That
was
movie
good.
fucked me up. That's
Did
another
you
one I
watch
want
that
to take
one?
a shower.
Yeah, but
Heredity is
HP
another one.
Lovecraft, so that's gonna be messed up.
You guys liked Serpent and the Rainbow too.
Yeah. That was a good one too. But
We
see
should,
that another one. That's another one that's based on true events, dude. That's shit that's Wes Craven fucking reading about fucking some shit that happened, and he was like, he goes, "I'm gonna make you a real zombie movie and shit."
if we're doing horror movies, I want to put The Cleansing Hour on that.
What the fuck is that? I've never seen
the
that.
documentary about the demon
No,
possession thing?
no. The Cleansing Hour is about a one of these fake preachers on TV who does exorcisms, and it's all like fraudulent. And then one day he gets someone who's actually possessed come in, and then it's the interaction there.
I literally have a jotted down a story that's just like that, dude. No way. Yeah, okay, I want to see that. I want to watch it.
Well, we got 52 weeks a year to watch these movies. So.
Right.
All right, so we're doing Evolution this time.
Evolution and Vikram.
Yes.
Vikram. Yes. So and this is the sequel.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
It's supposed to be better produced, right? Or it's more available, possibly dubbed instead of just subbed?
I think it's more available. I think it's like on Netflix or Hulu. I think it's on one of the regular streaming services because that's the one that popped up in my feed. And I don't follow like for ads and stuff like that. It's always Hulu or Netflix or Disney Plus. They'll show me previews, and that's where that one came from. I'm like, what's this? And then that's what started me down that path of wanting to watch that stuff. And then somebody mentioned RRR, and I thought it was the same movie, but it wasn't.
God bless them. God bless them.
So, like, I think Vikram's on one of the regular streaming services.
I thought it was on Netflix, maybe.
Yeah.
My wife just hit me up. She said, before you let your friends go, tell them we got $10 squares on a Super Bowl pool for Miles's trip to Ireland fundraiser. So
is the Super Bowl happening already?
She sent you need 100. You need to sell 100 squares, so you can't sell them instantaneously. If you guys are interested, let me know on the chat.
I don't know. I don't know what's a Super Bowl, but I did watch this thing called.
Well, here's the thing.
Game.
It is safe. It is safe to bet on them because the games aren't scripted. So,
hey, no Royal Rumbles this weekend. Don't mess with us, man. Me and Havok are gonna be running around my house popping poppers when Cody Rhodes shows up. Cannot wait, dude. I'm gonna be holding up my championship belt because it ain't scripted, baby. Anything can happen in the WWE. Woo!
Like the puppet, the sock puppet.
Hey, I'm scared. I told you that guy grabbed that guy's dick and the dick flipped the guy, dude. There's all kinds of crazy shit that can happen.
How about
in the WWE.
baby? The guy cradling the baby.
That was awesome. I'm telling you, that happens. That's called the sleeper. There's the sleeper, and then there's the sleeper. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, AKA Mimis.
I thought it was cool. The only part I didn't like, I was like mildly entertained by that. The only part I didn't like is why didn't the ref count him out? It had
because
to be one.
he didn't want to wake him up. That's why you got to get with the program, man. You got to go with the story, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Dude,
No, I don't.
in a street fight, would you climb up on the top rope? No. But does it look cool when you do it? Fuck yeah, it does, dude. That's right, dude. I'll do it if I punk rock show before we leave. Dude, I'll tell you, I'm at a backyard gig. My boy watches WWE with me. Big, huge pit breaks out and turns into a brawl, right? There's an RV next to us, right? And everyone's getting slammed into it. And I'm looking for my boy with Crazy Mikey. I'm like, where the fuck is he? Like that, dude. I look up at the top of the RV. He's at the top of the RV. He looks me dead in my face and goes like this. And fucking jumped off of it and elbowed everyone in the crowd. We got him. He ran out. It happens, okay?
I did see a video where there was some shit going down in a fast food restaurant, and the guy like clapped his hands and chopped the burglar, somebody who was robbing. If I see it again, I'll tell you. But somebody was robbing a restaurant, and I don't remember it exactly, but the guy actually caught him with the flare chop.
Goddamn right. That's how I run my house, dude. You disobey me in my house? You know, look up. I'm gonna send you guys a new guy. He just started in wrestling. His name is Gunther. Okay. He puts flare chops to shame, dude. He fucking when we went
I knew a guy named Gunther. He was from Kentucky. His motto was, "Why go down the street when you can go down the hall?"
This dude is like 7 feet tall, a hand the size, and he comes outside, bah, shit echoes. Like all you hear in the crowd is oh, like that. Like you can feel it, and then the guys turn around, and it looks like a hand just is all across their chest. That's the biggest body glove I've ever seen in my life, dude. Like just across their awesome. I'm getting a little fuzzy woody right now just talking about.
All right. Well, that's a good thing to close on is Fuzzy's Woody. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thing.
This is the most engagement we've gotten in a really long time, probably because Monday Night Football is over. It's it really
What's
helps
football?
us. Exactly. Monday Night Raw still going.
It's Raw Triple X, baby.
But it doesn't pull away from us too much. All right, thanks everybody. Vikram, Evolution. See y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in.
Peace.
Love chicken grease.